Her name was Ella, and back then, we were just two girls trying to survive our final year in secondary school. We weren't best friends, but we were neighbors, lived just a few houses apart, so naturally, we knew almost everything about each other. Or so I thought. The moment we wrote our last paper, Ella disappeared from school life and reappeared 2 months later as a married woman. At just 17 years old, she had tied the knot with a man almost twice her age, a business owner who apparently promised her a soft life. My mother wasted no time using her marriage as a weapon formed against me. See your mates, she would say. Ella is now in her husband's house, and you are still here carrying books up and down like the books will marry you one day. She wouldn't let me rest. To make matters worse, Ella would visit the neighborhood every 2 weeks, fully dressed in lace, gold jewelries, and high heels, just to rub it in my face. She would look at me and laugh, shaking her head like she pitied me. Nne, you are still chasing university with this your size. You better think well, oh. Don't waste your youth. No man wants a tired woman, and you know you're on the big side. Women like you age quickly. Before you know it, you'll be an old cargo, and men won't look your way again. Better hurry up and get married before the market closes. And guess what? My mom would laugh with her like two old witches watching a pot boil. I won't lie, it got to me, especially the year I wrote JAMB and didn't get admission into school. I felt like a failure. My self-esteem gone. My mom refused to support me financially, so I started giving home lessons to primary school kids just to take good care of myself. But one day, my father pulled me aside and said, "Don't let short-term voices distract you from your long-term vision." That same year, I tried again and got admission to study pharmacy. Fast forward to my second year, I came home during mid-semester break and ran into Ella. She came like usual, wearing her gold and her fake pride. I could tell she was about to say something shady, but this time I stood up, walked up to her and said, "Ella, listen well. I chose school. You chose marriage. It's not a competition, but I promise you, time will tell whose choice was wise." She froze that I shut her up for the first time in years. But what I didn't expect, she had been married for 6 years at that time and still had no children. Still, she looked happy. Her skin glowed. Her nails were always done. And honestly, I thought maybe she was living the dream. Fast forward to a few years later, I graduated from the university with honors. Yes, the same book they said would lead me nowhere. I landed a good job at a reputable medical firm with it. And guess what? The pay was great. 6 figures, and the environment helped me grow into the woman I always dreamt of becoming. Later on, I met the love of my life. We had a simple but beautiful wedding. Nothing extravagant, but it was filled with love, peace, and joy. And not long after, God blessed our home with two amazing children, a boy and a girl. Everything I once prayed for, everything they said I would never have, God gave it to me, and He gave me even more. One day, during a visit to my parents, I saw a car pull up and Ella stepped out. She had changed, no heels, no gold, her eyes looked tired. She walked over to me and said, "Amaka, please, I need to talk to you." She apologized for everything, the mockery, the insults, the pride. She said I was just trying to convince myself that I had made the right choice, but deep down, I envied you. I didn't say much, I just listened. Then she broke down. "I've been married for 10 years now and still no child. I've done every possible test I could do, and the doctors keep saying I'm okay, but my husband has refused to go for even one test. He says he's fine, that he had a child back then with someone else." That part hit me. I told her gently, "Ella, please, go and check his things. Since your husband doesn't want to open up to you, look deeper. Sometimes the truth is hidden right in front of us." 2 weeks later, she sent me a message. She had found the medical results hidden inside a brown envelope at the back of his wardrobe. The man was completely sterile, zero sperm counts, and that child he claimed he had, DNA proved he wasn't the father. She was shattered. All the years of shame, pressure, and silent tears, all for a lie. I felt bad for her, but I also felt peace. Not because I wanted revenge, but because sometimes Life teaches the lesson better than you ever could. Last I heard of Ella, she filed for a divorce and moved out of the marriage. We don't talk, but in my heart I forgive her, not for her sake, but for mine. Moral of the story: don't mock someone just because their path looks slow. Grace has no deadline, and delay is not denial. The same people you look down on today might be the ones God will use to remind you of how far off track you've gone. If this story touched you, do me a favor: like, comment, and subscribe for more powerful real life stories like this. And remember, everyone has their own timing. Honor yours. Bye and see you in the next one.